In ancient Japan, the samurai were not merely warriors, they were philosophers of discipline, embodying a code known as Bushido, the way of the warrior. To them, honor was not a trophy, but a commitment etched into every breath. A samurai would wake before the sun, his day beginning with a ritual as sacred as any prayer, the cleaning of his blade, the preparation of tea, the silent affirmation of duty. These acts were not chores but meditations. Every movement was a declaration of mastery over impulse. In a time where distractions were few, the mind was the battlefield. It had to be trained, shaped, and sharpened like steel. Even off the field, the samurai carried themselves with composed awareness. Their discipline created a life of minimal regret, because every choice, every reaction was measured. In contrast, modern lives are full of loose ends, reactivity, emotional clutter. The samurai's way teaches us, a clear path begins with inner order. Discipline isn't about being hard on oneself, it's about respecting oneself enough to not abandon your principles when the mood fades. They knew this, so they built routines that were stronger than feelings. They found freedom, not by doing what they wanted, but by becoming who they chose to be, moment by moment. Discipline in the world of Zen is not suppression, it is expansion. The Zen monks, often in silence, practiced a deeper war, the battle with the self. Unlike the clang of steel, Zen discipline arrives with stillness. Warriors trained in Zen did not seek to silence thought but to become unmoved by its noise. In Zazen meditation, one sits with the chaos of the mind, not escaping, but observing. Thoughts rise, fears, cravings, memories, and yet the disciplined mind does not chase them. In this practice lies the highest form of courage, to not flinch when facing your inner world. Zen warriors were taught that the sword is only an extension of the mind. A restless mind, an undisciplined spirit, cannot wield power with justice. In contrast, a grounded mind can face any enemy without hatred, without haste. In our lives today, the battlefield has changed. We fight not with blades but with attention. The modern enemy is distraction, endless scrolling, shallow validation, fear of missing out. Zen shows us that mastery is found in silence, repetition, and breath. The disciplined man does not avoid discomfort, he walks through it, knowing that peace comes not when the storm passes, but when the storm no longer dictates the path. The modern world is noisy, cluttered, and reactive. We've traded discipline for convenience, attention for entertainment. Yet beneath the surface, many feel a quiet pull, the yearning to return to something ancient and solid. Why does waking up early, journaling, training the body, feel so rewarding? Because it reconnects us to the warrior within. We don't need swords to fight. We need routine to resist. Discipline today might mean setting boundaries, saying no, staying silent when provoked. It's harder than ever because distraction is cheap and infinite. The samurai didn't seek easy battles. They practiced in all weather, endured silence, mastered boredom. Why? Because discipline isn't what you do when it's convenient. It's what you become when the noise fades. In this age, being present is rare. Being still is revolutionary. Practicing discipline now is to rebel against chaos. It's to build a fortress of habits, a rhythm that grounds you. The warrior code might look different, but its heart remains. Live by intention, not reaction. Don't be ruled by urges, be ruled by vision. The disciplined life isn't rigid, it's radiant. What does freedom truly mean? It is not the license to indulge every craving. It is the ability to choose, to say no, to walk away, to stay centered when the world pulls in every direction. The disciplined man is not a prisoner of rules. He is the architect of peace. Most people will never know this. They confuse freedom with comfort, discipline with punishment. But comfort often numbs. Discipline sharpens. The man who disciplines his thoughts can endure chaos without losing his center. There is freedom in consistency, in mastery, in effort repeated without applause. Each small act, waking early, showing up, choosing restraint, becomes a brick in the temple of inner strength. Over time, it becomes who you are. Like the samurai who bowed to his sword daily, not out of fear but respect, we too can bow to the rituals that strengthen us, to the journal, to the workout, to the breath. These are the new swords. These are the new shields. True freedom is not given. It is forged in silence, sweat, and solitude. A warrior's silence speaks louder than a crowd's roar. In quietude, the disciplined man reflects, realigns, and prepares. There is no glory in impulsiveness, only in patient precision. Samurai would spend hours studying a single motion, not because they were slow, but because they respected its weight. Today, we rush from one thing to another, but what if we moved like warriors, with meaning, with depth, with presence? The modern practice of discipline is not about time management, it's about energy integrity. Put your attention where your values lie. That is the start of mastery. Discipline is not a morning routine or a checklist. It is a mindset. It's how you speak, how you eat, how you respond when things don't go your way. In the dojo, a student bows before practice, not to the mat, but to the process. The bow reminds us, growth begins with humility. Every disciplined act is a way of saying, I choose evolution over ego. The samurai didn't become masters by wanting greatness. They became masters by becoming students again and again. Let your routine humble you. Let it mold you. When you look into the mirror and see no progress, discipline is what keeps you going. When applause fades and no one notices, discipline makes you show up. In Zen, there is no finish line, only the practice. You chop wood, you carry water, and when you are enlightened, you still chop wood, still carry water. The power lies in repetition, in falling in love with the process. In the dojo, warriors were taught, 1,000 repetitions make skill, 10,000 makes art. The same is true today. Greatness is not found, it is rehearsed.